Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to another video. A morning with the iPhone 10. Let's go. And so we're spending the morning with the iPhone 10, an iconic device released by Apple, and it pretty much was a game changer and had everyone pretty much shocked. In the year that the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus released, people were pretty much thinking that that was the only devices that Apple was going to release that year. However, even from that point, we were assuming there would be an iPhone 9, but that never came to fruition because at the same time that they released the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, they released the iPhone 10. The iconic device that changed things up, did away with Touch ID and went for Face ID, and brought that iconic notch that we all pretty much recognize. And even other manufacturers on the Android side kind of copied, like Motorola. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys basically the details of this device and how it performs today and towards the end of 2024. The good, the bad, the ugly. Literally solid device. Everything's still intact. Shout out to my niece for giving me the phone. She gave it to me last year. I've had it for nearly a whole year, and I play around with it every now and then. My kids, they use it every now and then as a device. But yeah, all the details, about how it's performing. Right now, I know that like the battery in this is at 77%. It is the original battery. Hasn't had a battery swap done on it, and it is running iOS 16. To be quite exact, I'll tell you guys right now that it is iOS 16.7.10. So that's its current software version. So anyways, let's do all the cool stuff, photography and all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Video, look no further than this video clip. I think it does pretty good for video. It's such an old device, but you can see a lot of lens flare from a lot of the lights at night. That's something you'll have to deal with, but I think for the color representation and everything, it still did a fairly good job. Of course, take it to the selfie video mode. That selfie video mode is actually pretty good. You guys see the lime green color of the car. I think it does fairly well. So, I think my assessment here is, for something that's such an old device, and to be able to record video like this, even today, it hangs pretty good. Now, issue is that I didn't see anywhere where I could adjust the frame rate from 30 frames to 60 frames, so got to keep that in mind. But still, just basic video recording, I think it does pretty good, and you guys are hearing the audio. So I would say for a device that is this old, and for it to take those kind of photos, especially when there's no sun out, and to record video that way, I would have to say that it's pretty decent. It works if you just point and shoot, snapping a photo and video, but if you're worried about frame rates and stuff like that when it comes to video, then you'll probably be disappointed. I think one of the pretty interesting things about the iPhone 10, other than the fact that, the iPhone 16s kind of went back to this style of a camera module. It's pretty cool. It's like a throwback to the iconic change of iPhones. But, comparing this to like my iPhone 12, this feels, I would say, more premium in my opinion. The also big thing that I would say is a plus for the iPhone 10 is the size of this thing. It is very comfortable to hold, and as you guys can see, I always tell you guys, I have small hands, so if this thing makes my hands look big the way I'm gripping it and everything, that speaks volumes. So yeah, I guess essentially, I could reach halfway, a little above halfway of the screen. So yeah, size is a plus for people who like smaller devices, like myself. So yeah, big ups. Of course, one of the things you would have to worry about the iPhone 10 is app compatibility, since this is on iOS 16 and we are currently at iOS 18. Eventually, app compatibility is going to become a problem and will thus make this device obsolete. So, um, theoretically, you can still use it for a daily driver. However, if you want like a backup device, this definitely can pull the job. And, if you decide to throw a data only SIM card in it, you can literally turn this into your own personal iPod. Uh, Even though like they don't make iPods anymore, you can repurpose this as an iPod. It could be, used as like mount it here for like a GPS map. Bluetooth it to your car stereo to listen to music and watch media on it. And even with data only SIM cards, you can still use iMessage and FaceTime. So there is some repurposing that can be done with it, but overall, as of today, app compatibility is not a problem. So you should have no problems running apps like Facebook, Instagram, and all those social platforms. Just to close it out, I've been running it side by side with my iPhone 11 Pro Max. And, I gotta say that for an old device, it can still keep up with a semi-old device. I mean, they're both pretty old, but the 10 being the oldest. And even though that there is a difference in iOS versions, iOS, one of the things about it is that you use one, you use all. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that simplicity is there from both ends. But still, would I recommend picking up the iPhone 10? Short answer, no, because I mean, at this point, most people still want to have that security update with the latest software, and so that would probably be the biggest issue of the iPhone 10. But if you want to use it for nostalgic purposes, or if you just, you need a quick device, you got low on funds, broken phone, need something to use until you can save up for a new one, then yeah, it's definitely worth picking up, in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. Quick video for the iPhone 10.